Alrighty, friends. So picking up here, this will be the first half of this video will include some of the asynchronous commentary, and then the second video will be the live reaction as I'm running around and getting my shit wrecked. So I hope you enjoy the kind of like change of pace if you get to that, and if you don't, well, you know, it's here to come back to later. So yeah, we're running around the Cerulean Coast right now. I'm not gonna do too much down here because it's a really pretty area. It's also a really desolate area, and the stuff that is here is not the funnest. No, I don't want to say that. It is fun. It's not the friendliest stuff to play to mess around. But in the meantime, let's go get some of the things that I think are bigger highlights. So some running ahead, then we'll get back into it. First up, as we get onto these cliffs right up here, I wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to this whole area, especially this specific, like, the mausoleum here. I think that this is one of the better constructed ones, and that it's really nice. It's not lore, I wouldn't say. I don't think that you could piece together the lore between the dancer here and Tanith and the faraway dancer land that she comes from. If you tried, maybe you could. I'm sure someone will try. But there's not much. However, there's nice stuff that happens along the way and in the process here. And I think that that's worth, commentating on. Like, I think that the Oil of Rana is a really cool item. Like, thank fuck. There's so many builds that I think would be just a lot cozier if you had free access to fire damage and you didn't have to worry about, like, having a source of fire damage. Or all the people who are like, oh, well, you can reset Frostbite. Having something that scales really much, pretty primarily off of a physical stat, does a non-physical damage type, is infinite use and pretty low FP. It's good stuff. I like it a lot. I'm going to use it a little bit in a boss fight later. I don't think it's in this video, but against a certain flowery boy. And I wouldn't say we get a ton of use out of it, but that's probably not the most, like, the best fight for showcasing its strength, but I think that it's just a general purpose, like very useful item. And I could very much see me wanting to like either come and get it early under other circumstances, or if not, I could very much see it making reusable items and the tool only kind of play that some people have done runs with. I think that would make it so much more fun. And speaking on the dancer over Na herself, just a really beautiful fight. I know that's kind of lame to say about the dancer, but like it's almost becoming a school of sorcery itself, which is kind of cool. Like, to pin down some more concrete thoughts on her, I think that the dancer is really interesting because, again, another human model, another human NPC type fight, and a lot of people don't love those. But I think it's a really good one because, again, it's something you get her entire drip, you get her weapon, her tool, quote unquote, is right outside the door. Everything you need to be her is right the fuck here, and that's cool. I think that's fun, and that people do those builds without being told. When you just put it all together for people like this, I like it. I like it a lot. I kind of wish that we had more context on. It feels like the four mausoleum bosses, the NPCs, they're kind of tied together in a way, or at least they are in my brain, where it's like these four mean something to each other. Are they like they do kind of represent a pseudo D&D party of sorts? I guess you could put it that way. Um, I don't know. I'm intrigued. I would love to learn more. And I think that she's a really strong entrance in this in general because we wanted more dancer lore from the DLC for sure, especially with the lore of the blue dancer, of the flowing dance, and the sword, the lore that we have with Melania. But we didn't get a ton, and I can't say that we really got any expansion of that in the DLC, but I think that there's still good moments there, stuff that we can build from and enjoy. And yeah, I think that from her moveset, the way that she like attacks makes good use of her skill, and then just getting to use that skill, I'm going to use it quite a bit on my exit from here because it's fun. It's not super viable unless you go like hard into poise, but it does kind of shred, and it's got that fun kind of flowy moveset where you'll see I use it as I come all the way up out these stairs here, following the fight with her. And it's going to be very much a matter of like when something moves you in a game like this, you're not just stuck there locked into an animation doing whatever flashy thing, but your character is physically moving, performing an action. That stonks in Elden Ring. That's the thing that people like the most, especially if you look at like speedrunners of these games or people who play these games professionally. That's what they're after. Like, yeah, sure, everyone likes the big flashy spammable Ash of War, but it's those ones that have like a consistent repeatable movement that they can learn about, like, oh, where does it give me a dodge opportunity, where does it get me, like, is the hitbox of this just low enough that I can get some free dodges out of bosses just for doing my thing. That's where you really see mobility there and where you see a lot of like utility come in, and I'm excited to see how people use it to break this game a little bit more. I hope that I see more of the dancer runs. Unfortunately, I've mostly seen like I watched a really great playthrough that was the sword stance from the base game on the Milady. And like, it's a right spirit, and it is a dance, which is cool. The interaction there between like the dance skills versus the stance skills that you wouldn't think of. I wouldn't think of square off as a stance based skill. There's something cool there, and I hope we see more of it. Some later commentary as we get down into this area, the Bonnie Village. This is a really cool area, in my opinion, just for the lore relevance that it has in a very unseeming way. In the base game, the whole Alexander and the Jar Village quest lines, they were very much present. You knew they were there. You knew you were probably like strongly encouraged to interact with them, but were they actually tied to the core game? No. And I was intrigued by how much more you would see. And oh frickin' boy, did the DLC show the fuck up on that front. I'd held like a sneaky suspicion that there was more between the relationship between America and the Jars from pretty early on, and I was very glad to see that that was built upon, that wasn't just a random connection that I'd made between America and Radagon's bodies being made of stone, and between the Jars, their ability to like bring together the bodies and collect the runes and deposit them at the Erdtree, that wasn't nothing, that there was a connection there. And unfortunately, the connection was connective tissue, and that's oh boy, that is a concerning statement in regards to the Bonnie Village. But I like it a lot. It's a cool area. Something that I've seen and that I would love to explore more is I've never been much of a power stancer, but I hear that the new Bonnie butchering knife interacts pretty funnily with the original. What's the word it's called? Just the regular butchering knife, which was my preferred weapon of choice for my vigor build, because I like that it had the heal on hit effect, but that it wasn't the great stars. There's this weird little part of me that whenever something is the most meta choice or the thing that people really, really love, I can't really go for it. I don't know why. That's just part of me. So I used the butchering knife, even though it was drastically inferior in basically every way, except for PvP. I think it had some pretty good usage there, just because it's a different moveset for how it actually works. I hear that the interaction between the two is kind of fun, kind of silly, so maybe I'll play around with that at some point, especially because it seems like a pretty easy thing. Like, you can just run over here. The Morth ruins that lead down here are available right from the start of the game, no bosses required, and just a little bit of horse parkour. And here's me being confused again, because I didn't know there were actually two of these. So when I stumbled across this, I was aghast. I was like really surprised, really shocked, because I knew that there was one further up in the hinterlands, but I hadn't seen the snakeskin down here in Bonnie Village, and that casts a lot of questions. Because if I'm understanding correctly, that means there's only two snakeskins now that we've seen. It is the same kind of Rykard-like snake, and that opens up a lot of questions. On the flip side, though, maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure on what to read out of it. There's definitely some snake imagery that's being told with Mesmer and his affiliation with snakes, even though it's a bad snake that he's affiliated with, and two good snakes, who are really one good snake, who's really an Amphisbaena. But I'm going to talk about that more when we actually get to him, probably, and more about my confusion. But if there are two snakes, and he is the one snake, then who's the other snake? Would that make it Melina? Is Melina a snake, and that is literally why she's burned and bodiless? Because she's a snake who shed her skin, or was burned to death by her brother, or something else? I don't know. This is where it gets into the messier bits of lore. Bonnie Village, cool. Bonnie Village, lots of stuff. Tooth Whip, kinda cool. I don't like whips. I love whips. I really do. But they're so hard to use in Elden Ring. And it's just not a matter of like even how they work. Just a matter of like the actual physical way that they are implemented into the game is tricky. One, having a weapon type that can't crit is just, it hurts. It hurts a lot. But two, the fact that they've got such variable hitboxes and that it can feel so inconsistent really throws me. But I think I probably will mix it into my Duke build a little bit as we go, because as you've seen, I've had the perfume bottle a while. I don't think I've whipped it out once. So like, you know. But Deadly Poison and poison builds in general do seem like they're really, that there's something to be done with them now. And that was only barely true in the base game. Like, you had to work for it. And mostly that was like just a combination exploit of Deadly Poison from like the Coiled Shield, which is an amazing weapon that I'm still shocked that more people didn't get more general usage out of, to be fully honest, because it's such a quick attack, and it is so effective at pinning it in just like either one or two bites max, assuming something is poisonable. And stack that up with, I don't know, there wasn't much in the base game, but people really didn't like the miss skills. But the mist skills were really effective at what they do. Now, what they do isn't that applicable. Like, you can't take it anywhere. But when it does its thing, it does its thing. And, there's definitely plenty to be done with it. I mean, the Kindred of Rot Talisman is always a powerful effect, and people just didn't like it. The downside being, the Mushroom Crown is ugly as fuck. You can't argue with that damage boost, but it is ugly as fuck. And if that's not the roleplay you're going for, you won't be seeing me use it. That's all I've got to say about that, really. One of the builds that I really did want to get online earlier, and that I did, well, maybe about a year ago, was I tried doing a Poison Moth Flight build, and I ended up burning myself out on working so hard to beat that, the Knight Rider who has it, and it was such a battle that I was like, I didn't even want to play anymore after all of that, because I was doing it probably like level 30, level 40 tops in the Kaler region, which is not fun. But like, I don't know. There's a lot of poison-based tools here now in the DLC, between the Poison Hand, the Poison Flower Blooms twice, all of that good stuff, and still, I feel like people have just like completely ignored it now that it's gone. It is still a nice moveset, the way that the Poison Moth Flight Ash of War works, and especially, I don't know what new weapon types it works on, so I might play around with that in the near future. Long tangent about poison, but the Bonnie Village gave us a lot of lore, and I'll probably talk about more if I go down into the Lamenter's jail. That word always throws me, because I know it is just jail, but we'll get to it when we get to it. For now, see me just throw my head completely worthlessly at the legs of this armored giant, which is just like, oh boy, I knew that they existed. Did I process cognitively that there was no damage bar or stance bar or anything appearing here? No, I did not. So, yeah, that's awkward. Hey, Queenline. Hey, baby girl. There's some juvenile behavior that's going to be taking place right here because I absolutely do try and teabag Queenline. I apologize. It's who I am. I'm still a gremlin at my heart. And when you play video games, you teabag people. Am I proud of it? No. But is hiding it also really valid? Not really. It's still an impulse. And I'm sorry about it, but you know what I do. It's what I do. So... I'm really stretching my neck out here far for the executioner blade, aren't I? All of this to say that I like Queenline as a character, and I don't know. Should I draw Queenline? I might draw Queenline. If you know, you know. Alrighty, now that we are finishing up the last of the running around shamelessly in the church district and playing this game very poorly, we are going to be transitioning over pretty shortly into the live portion of this game. Or at least my commentary for the game. So we're going to be moving from more recent past Tomato to older past Tomato. The Tomato who's actively playing this game and crying about how bad he is at this game. But I think that could be very entertaining in and of itself, because it's going to contain a lot more of the rants and the lore that is going through my mind as I'm playing these, but I'm saying them in between bouts of oh fuck, I'm so dead. And maybe that'll be entertaining. So if it does, let me know. And don't be surprised when you hear me doing a bit of an intro at the start of it, because I figured keeping these kind of paired together as the transition from one to the other would be a nice way to see, like, how you guys feel about them. So if you like the transition from the medium commentary to the live commentary, do please let me know. And I can always mix and match a bit of both. And again, this is just one of those things where I'm mostly doing this for fun, for myself, and for just the experience. So we'll get going. Alright, this time we're going to add in a little bit of the live commentary. So this is basically just a stream where I'm not streaming. See how I like it. Picking back up, I am remembering now, which feels weird, that I decided not to come in through the front of the shadow keep, which is, oh god, there's an old serrated tree spirit right here, isn't there? I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I know you drop a spell, but I don't... Wait, what do you have, though? I don't like it here. I don't like any of this. Is that something good? It might be like the grate. Or is that the grate? Why are you guys here? Why is it always trapped? Okay, there was the grate. Why am I locked onto a crab? Why? Okay, actually though, I'm here for this. Probably should have drank my physic, and not just done that. Well, and now I'm on the wrong weapon, and I'm gonna cry. Yeah, aside from the ongoing suffering of my poor stamina bar, this this is going well. This is an enemy I think is like particularly difficult, but it's annoying as shit. And I think that that's something that I know they use these terms a little bit on like the wiki and such, but the key to I think a lot of games like this is definitely whether or not you've got movement, and especially if you've got any kind of motion value cooked in to like your primary attack or the thing that you do. I think that makes such a huge difference. It's not funny. And just the amount of like moving around that you get from these the blind spot Ash of War and from these backhand blades, it goes a long freaking way. But yeah, give me just a second. Well, I don't know why I did that to myself, but it worked out. It worked out, so it's fine. As you can see, once again, our controller is deciding to be a bit of a bitch. But it's not like it's obstructive, it's just annoying. Elevator? Does this go right next to the starting grace? I can't remember. Yeah, I think so. That's one of the strange parts of the DLC, is that it's so linear in some ways that you've got no reason to see so much of these side areas. Oh. Hello there. I didn't know I left my runes there. Hello, runes. Is there another tree spirit? There very well could be. Crab? I don't remember this area at all. Wait. Why am I here? Why am I here? Because this gets me to the sunflower, and I don't want to use these against the sunflower, I don't think. Or maybe I do. What's the worst that could happen? Is there a reason you're here? Do you have an item? Oh, interesting. No, thank you. Yeah, that's a little weird. That big crab didn't take issue with me. Was not expecting that. It's funny. One of the main issues I run into with my D&D group, or not an issue, but just like the constant battle that we never anticipate it to be, is just we are constantly getting killed by regular animals. Just they seem to like always be extremely effective against us. And if that ain't true of a Souls game, I don't know what it is. So maybe we're just playing on Souls. Okay, well, none of this. Hey, buddy, maybe necromancy's not the answer. Have you considered that? Yeah, I'm just gonna take the heal. Really interesting about these Mesmer boys is that they talk about that there's a big issue with the necromancy not being able to, or that Mesmer's Flame can reanimate corpses but in a horrible way. But like, obviously these ones are exploding, which is not bueno. But the dogs that are wandering around Shadow Altus are just totally fine, I guess. They seem loyal. They don't seem like they're constantly exploding. It's like, there's something to that. Am I supposed to be reading into this? Am I not supposed to be reading into this? That's too much of Souls games in general, to be honest. Like this. Dead end. Nothing here. Why exist? What purpose? Actually, this might be a fun little gig spot for for invasions or something like that. But what do we have over here? A chair. Doopity-doo. I have no health. No judgment, nobody judge me. I don't like these enemies. Hey, that even rhymed. I mean, I really do like the Fire Knights, but they're painful. They're painful to fight because they do require rolling. Fire Snake is not a just fully dodgeable spell. You can't just run past it and everything will work out for you. Wow, he is zooming. I hope he's not going to turn around by the time I get there. And that's probably too far. I'm probably going to lose my resolve. Oh, that's still a lot of HP left. Oh, it's fine. Excuse me? What are you? Oh, it's just a crab. Sorry, crab. Did I already do this spot? I don't think so. I haven't been here. Yes, I have been here. I always forget. Everything is completely different once you drain the water. Hi, Queeline. Bye, Queeline. Hey, buddy. Hang in there, okay? That might be a little awkward considering last time I recorded. I'm pretty sure I teabagged Queeline. But you know, that was just freshman curiosity. That wasn't like, how to put it? It wasn't mean-spirited. It was loving teabagging. It was affectionate. Which is not a good excuse. None of this is a good excuse. But hopefully it is entertainment. Oh, I just know I'm going to miss this jump 10 times. Oh! I hate it. Okay, remember to re-engage this when I leave. Why do they have to put the good item up there? Why couldn't the monk seal, the Fire Knight seal, be down here? And I mean backwards. Why couldn't the shadow fragment be down here on the ground and the monk seal be in her hand? Just like I did that twice. Not the monk seal, the knight seal. I guess they probably could have been more inventive the naming than just the Fire Knights, considering we already had Fire Monks. But again, I guess that's still kind of what I was talking about last time. That it's interesting that we have both flame and fire as separate sides of the lore spectrum. Oh, I didn't press the button to... Failure. Just pure failure. On separate sides of the lore spectrum for like what their damage means and what stats it scales with and all that, but you know. I think down takes me to the Sunflower. Does up take me someplace? Is up the side entrance to the Shadow Keep? I don't know things. One of my closest friends has been streaming a lot lately, and I've been joking with her and her boyfriend that one of us is a knower, the other one is no-ish, and typically I've been the knower, but I very much do not feel like a knower when I play this game. I feel like I'm a no-ish when it comes to this game, which, yeah, it's just one of those things. Dee-ba-dee-dee-bee-ba-dee-boo-doo. Something that I'm going to have to be careful to remind myself is that I'm a whistler, and I don't think my mic is particularly good in the first place. I don't think it's going to respond well if I just start whistling at you guys. So, if I do, hopefully I catch it in the... Ooh, that's actually enough for a level. Oh, hopefully I catch it in post, and if I don't, sorry in advance. do we have down here? Oh yeah, for some reason this is a tunnel. Why is this a tunnel? Explain. Kansas? Arkansas. Not Arkansas. Why is this a gate? So many questions. Oh, it does give an iris right here. I did know a thing that I thought I knew that I'd forgotten that I knew. I could get Queen Line right here. Or I could wait and get his weapon. I've never taken the weapon. So I probably should. And just save Queen Line for a different playthrough. Especially because I've already played around with him a little bit. I don't know. But then I'm kind of like committing myself to using fire. Speaking of fire. Concern. Ashes of War. I mean, I'd rather stick with backhand. I could switch to flame. I could not. Got terrible stats for it. But if I put a fire ash, flaming strike, and Flame of the Red Mains, which I really don't want to use either, to be fully honest. So what's the play? Maybe I just change. Then I have to use a buff. Is there a fire buff? There's got to be a fire buff in Kent, right? Spells. Memorize spell. Ba-dee-dee-dee-doo. Dee-dee-dee-dee-doo. It's not looking good for me. Shit. On a stick. Okay, that's unfortunate. So, we don't have a fire buff. Can I make some fire grease? That's gonna be a hassle. Which one's the good one? Ooh, I could just make some hefty pots. No, I don't want to use up the hefty pots because then I have to craft them. Is this something I want to do? What do regular fire pots scale with? Strength. Shit. And red mane? Strength. God damn it. Faith. Well, I mean, it's better than nothing. There's no reason not to, really. Holy mother, I didn't realize that. I guess root resin's mostly the problem, but I know of a good farm spot for it. See, I'm learning things. I didn't think that fire grease was so easy to make. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Honestly, fire grease isn't bad. Bleed grease isn't bad. The only bad one is the rock grease. And the save that I'm working with has a ton of the butterflies, but it's not something I'm looking for right now. Honestly, not bad. Golden grease versus holy grease. Interesting. I am learning quite a bit. Let's add... Is it worth using the pots? I probably, since it's dex-based, should have used the Blade of Rana, but the Oil of Rana, but I don't know. This is just overcaution, I think. Is that where I want that? I guess so. let's see. I need to make this just keen, right? Or can I do occult? Can you buff and be occult? 225 plus. Oh my God! You've got a master's and or a medical student. You can do basic math. 200 plus 200 plus 25 plus 25 is 450 plus 2. Versus. So that's 452, and this is 200 plus 200 is 400 plus 49. So keen is higher. I know for certain that I can buff keen, so. Let's go ahead and remove Bloodflame Blade, just so I keep. Does Bloodflame Blade do fire damage? I thought it just added bleed damage, or bleed buildup, and not much was my understanding. I thought that it capped at like 45 bleed no matter how much arcane you had. Let's have extra life. What do you got for me for extra life? Blood, Flame, Blade. Fire. It does add fire damage, though it's faith-based scaling. So I could just save myself the effort. It does add more. Well, let's see what I like. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. And let's change the flask, I guess. Ugh. Why do I do this to myself? Flask, plunge physic, boost poise. I'm at poise breakpoint 1. I don't know how much lead and power tier adds, but I don't think it's enough to justify. Man, honestly, the biggest issue I have with Fog Walls is to like, look at this boss arena. It's so beautiful. And you're not going to have time to admire it because the second and third time that you walk into this boss fight, he is just swamping with you with thorns. So like, this is the one time you're going to see this. It's beautiful. I am going to screenshot this. I just think it's really cool. Although I might block the sunflower with my body just because it looks a little sus. Don't quote me on that, but just a little bit sus. Hey, Mr. Flower. Wow, that's so pretty. Nanook to destruction. Is that you? I'm sorry. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, we're good. I always get that wrong. Yeah, we're not going for Beast Shield Vitality. Oh! Okay, I got caught up in the scenicness of it. I just wanted to use buffs. But it was so pretty! Plus, this is a new way for me to fight this. I don't need to make justifications for this. That was obviously bad play. You guys know it. See, like, there it goes. There's my beautiful view. All gone. Okay. What's the length order? I don't know what duration is what. I think everything's 60 seconds. Flame, grant me. Ooh. No, flame grant me is only 30 seconds. That's kind of not worth. Especially not on a boss like this. I mean, it probably is worth for... Ooh, mama! hitting my target extended. Shadows time. Oh, I never know how to dodge this. Just spam roll. Easy. Just spam roll. Okay, probably should have known. Easy. Now, I think it doesn't matter how much visceral damage I do here. Like, I could pull out the misery cord and get that whole thing going, but I think it doesn't actually change the amount of damage he starts with. Oh, come on. Ow. Stop it, Speed Racer. Oh, I forgot it's always 3. Oh, tracking on those is awfully strong. Well, there goes basically my whole buff duration. That was great, that was great. I'm gonna regret that. Oh, I'm already low on flasks. I thought I was fine for a second. I didn't see the delay on the on the grab. Oh, I'm not getting those runes back. Those are all the way at the edge of the map. That's unfortunate. Honestly, people don't like the sunflower. I think it's a fun fight. If nothing else, it's novel. Like, how many times are you going to get the shit beat out of you by a goddamn darkness sunflower? And what a delightful concept in the first place. Oh, time to run. Oh, I did it twice in a row. Oh, my runes. I wonder if the lights on the sunflower face mean anything. Are they a constellation? Are they random? What do they mean? I still have not tried the Ponza. I almost missed my dodge to grab 0 runes. Oh, that's got a shockwave. I'm gonna get myself killed. Can you throw that faster, please? No. No. I might live this, but it just feels bad. Honestly, Firepot did good damage. Whoa. Is that always that big an AoE? Oops. Yeah, that was great. Oh god, level 1 done. Stop Tokyo drifting on me! I'm sad enough about missing my dot. Oh, we live. Not for long, not for long. This is only phase 2. Why did the... I was fixated by the pots. Why did the ritual pots fly so much worse? That's interesting. Was it just me who noticed that? Did it seem like the ritual pots were flying like way lower than the regular fire pots? Are there actually... Is that just a weight difference? That's so silly. I mean, it's not silly, but like, to have programmed a different flight arc for the ritual pods is a little too much work, guys. Like, I appreciate you guys taking your job seriously, but... Don't hurt me, don't hurt me. If you gotta hurt me, just not that bad. I'm right here! Ugh, where are my items? That was unfortunate. With the work, that was unfortunate. Honestly, it's perfectly doable. I'm just not playing particularly well. I mean, I'm doing a great job, guys. Trust me, I'm doing a really good job. You guys just have... I didn't drink my physic. I was stuck in a bit, and I didn't drink my physic. God damn it. Story of my life. Got stuck in the middle of a bit, and forgot the basic thing I was supposed to be doing. Well, that's half of your damage, instead of two-handing your freaking weapon. Nope, that's your physic, that's your physic. Don't press that button. Is he dead? Oh. That was looking scary. Ooh, that was close. I mean, it wasn't close. It was on target, but well, it's not worth the damage. No, oh god, I got distracted by how pretty it was. Shit. Why did I think he had like a punish window after Land of Shadows? Good mimic. Now we just gotta do that 2 more times. What is your face? I don't know what his face is. I was about to say something about Gaius. I was literally making up something stupid in my head to say about Commander Gaius and the dashes. And... oh, man. There's a recurring theme here of doing this to myself. How could you do this? Honestly... I'm projectile brained because all I'm thinking about is, can I sneak a fire pod in here? And it's like, no, you're using a good weapon. Just stop it with the fire pod. with that. Do I put grease just to see if... I'm dead. Shit. The grease buff isn't super slow. Why would people use the drawstring grease? I mean, doesn't it reduce the duration of that to like basically nothing? I mean, it's not blood flame. I probably should be using the blood flame, seeing as I have arcane. But I'm curious. That's, I think, better damage, isn't it? I have this thing. Ooh, that was mercy. Okay, there's actual timing involved here. Oh, and I missed it all. Am I using the wrong... I still have the dagger talisman, don't I? Not that I have something that much better for this, but... Oh, I'm gonna die if I mess this up. Nice! We live. Huh? What was that? Okay, don't get greedy there. You know, as much as people aren't gonna want to hear this, I think they could have been way meaner with the hit detection on the thorns. They lingered there. They could have been meaner about those causing more bleed when you're walking through them. They like that. They really could have. Did that miss? I don't appreciate that. Am I letting the mimic tank a little bit? Yes. But I forgot to put a rummy dumpling in his bar, so... This is very balanced. Oh my god, that was just regular damage. That wasn't even a bleed pocket, I don't think. Oh. Whoopsies. Again, because I was using the fire pots. I'm sorry, I'm just projectile brained. It's who I am. Alright, let's see. What do we... what can I put on here that would make sense? I'm torn. I wasn't the biggest proponent of the Crimson Sea Talisman back in the day. I thought that they were terrible. But with Crimson Sea +1, bringing me what it feels like for the damage range for a boss getting off an attack or two, or even a combo on you, and one single flask being enough to get me into a range where I'm like at 60 vigor, mostly pretty like okay to keep going. I'm really a big proponent of Crimson Sea, but I'm kind of torn now because like, do I do that here or do I go for a little more protection with like Halig Drake, or if I'm feeling ballsy, I guess I could put on the Fire Scorpion. Do I have anything else that like drastically improve my performance here? I don't think so. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I think let's try Haley Drake. Even though I could just have I gone to Manus Mentor? I haven't yet, so I could just go get the +1 because I think it's the +1 Crimson and then the +1 Cerulean. Tomato, tomato. Maybe just get good. Have I considered that? I didn't buff. This is gonna... Oh, such a big damage loss. Well, at least it got it off. And that's not my flask. That's not my flask. Oh, Shockwave got me. Didn't earn that. Did not earn that. Yeah, that's about right. Let's see. Drawstring Graces. Oh, was I lied to? I thought that the Drawstring Greases did more damage and lasted a shorter amount of time, and as well as applied faster. Is it just the applied faster? That's kind of BS. I don't know if that's worth it, guys. Oh, come on. You don't see me. I mean, you do see me. Can you pretend you don't? Oops. Oh, those went a long way. Dude, can't run that. Can't run that. Fuck. I did it perfect the first time. Isn't that the worst? I'm gonna die. Oh, God. Honestly, I didn't die. What a pleasant surprise. And I went for a fire pot. Why'd I do? Actually, did the fire pot do that? Or did it mimic? Okay, was it earned? No. What? We're here. What do your eyeballs mean? Nope. I forgot there was an attack there. No, you're not running here. You're not. What? Did he hit his head? Is that what happened there? Can he hit his head on the wall? Oh my god. Secret. I was gonna say, I didn't really learn how to dodge land of... No, he's doing it again. I never really learned how to dodge Land of Shadows because he kept getting too close to the wall and the projectiles would break on it. But now, though... Oh, God, I hate these things. Don't be mean to me. No punish, no punish. And I got greedy. Yeah, there's this gremlin in my brain that says, hey, you haven't hit the guy in a while. You should do that. And I need to stop listening to that gremlin because he doesn't know what's good for me. And specifically, he makes bad decisions. And also, I think he has a gambling addiction. But this might not be the time to delve into all of that, just maybe some of that. Let's try this again. I really like the grease. I know it's much better, now, but like fire grease isn't difficult to get in the base game, I'm pretty sure. Because there's a catacomb where you can just, I think it's the false door one, where it's like there's a grease right in front of like 2 blue grease. Oh. This is green. Oh, that was so stupid. Oh, live. Maybe it wasn't stupid. That's honestly how my early Radon fights were going. It was just like, hey, can I get my Mimic out for the price of like 2 of my Crimson Flasks? If so, that's a win. Which is probably not good. It's pretty bad, all things considered, but like... Oh, I'm getting spanked. Oh, Mimic. Good Mimic. Who's a good Mimic? You are. You're a good boy. You are me, so, like, I am a good boy. We are a good boy. Now, if you want to be a really good boy, Mimic, buff yourself before he... Okay, it's okay. You're already a good boy. You're already a good and special boy. No, I don't know why he shook that off that first time. Oh, I missed. Lockham betrayed me. Yeah, backhand is not the strongest against him just because it's so low to the ground. But honestly, it's a huge strength against so many bosses. Ooh. He mixes things up there. I'm chugging. This is not good. This is a death spiral. Oh, missed it. That's gonna hurt. Oh, shit. Ooh, I'm lucky he targeted the Mimic on that one, because that was death. Oh, it still clipped me! I'm dead. This is only number 2, right? I don't think I'm making it this time, guys. It was better showing, but I think I just, chugged like 5-6 flasks in under a minute and did no damage. Oh, I dodged too far. I've been hitting his head pretty consistently when he goes for that. Oh, wait. Firepot helped out for once. Firepot saved me there. Alright, can we get the third one with 2 flasks? How much HP does Mimic have? Mimic, you're gonna need to solo this, buddy. Well, not a strong start. Not a strong start, me. Oh, I ran into the boom. Well. Oh, and we're out. Oh, I'm out. Oh, and the mimic's dead. Oh, this is over. This is over. And I'm out of comments. That middle phase got me. That was otherwise a pretty good show. Oh, well, I need to get to Anatomy Lab. I'm liking it. I like this boss. It's a fun boss. It doesn't feel unfair. But, you know, people have different opinions. And mine just happens to be the best. Can't do anything about that. Sorry. Just happens to be true.